Good morning. On this, the 25th of March 2025, it's now just a tiny tad more than 2 years ago that I realized that I had a problem that I have actively to do something about. And in these 2 years, my life has improved radically. As if you have followed my videos, you will know how it has progressed over the time. I just come back from 5 days in Pattaya, just chilling, relaxing. Funny thing is, I go to Pattaya to run and to say hi to friends, but I don't go to the bars and I don't go to the sea. And those two facts have made me realize that I might have to go out and see if I can find friends other places than in Pattaya, because it's a long ride. It's a little bit more than 600 kilometers each way on my motorbike. I do love driving motorbikes, no arguing there, but 600 kilometers is still a long ride for one day. Anyway, how are we doing? We're doing good. I maintained most of my protocols while I was there, which I'm happy about, and I am well back. I did have a problem during my trip because when I was driving down there, I forgot to drink water the whole day, the whole first day. I got 3 cups of coffee that day. That was all the liquid I got until about 7 p.m. when I got my dinner. And that gave me a mild infection, which required for me to run to the loo during the night way too often. I think we were talking about 10 times or so. But after a couple of nights, that subsided. I made sure I got hydrated well enough, and we're all good now. As I'm then coming home, I'm following up on something that I wanted it to look into a little bit, and I think the guy that brought it up for me the first time was Gary Brecker. But anyway, I've seen it around a few times, and I've got curious as to what it is, and it's called Methylene Blue. So I also got a member of a group which is called Methylene Blue, and they had a kind of a probation period where you got the chance to look through the site before you were able to ask any questions, and that's a probation period of about 4 days. So it took a little while before I was able to ask my question. But I asked a question yesterday if there were anybody who has been using Methylene Blue in relation to cancer treatment, and specifically for prostate cancer. So this is actually an open question for you who are watching this video. If you have any experiences with Methylene Blue, and if so, in what context and what is the result, obviously I'm interested to know that. But to my surprise, I wake up this morning and I got a whole host of answers to my question, but I didn't get the answer that I thought so. I mean, one of my comments was the only thing I could get my hands on here in Thailand, which is not true really, but I kind of forgot that I got Lazada and Shopee, and I probably can get it there. But when I was reaching out for my contact in India, and that's where I buy my ivermectin, then he did have Methylene Blue to my surprise, but it was in 5 milliliter ampoules, which is to be injected intravenously with a syringe, and I'm not particularly much keen on that. So I'd rather want tablets or something like that. So that's why I wrote I can only get these 5 milliliters capsules for syringes. So a lot of the answers were, oh, you can buy them on Amazon. But there were somebody who says, I use pure urine. And I thought, oh, that's a weird name for a product. But before I really got into trying to research what that was, I started looking through the comments, and it turned out that I was not the only one who was a little bit perplexed about that pure urine treatment protocol kind of thing. And so somebody was asking it, and somebody else was answering it, meaning I had 5 or 6 in that comment thread that already acknowledged that urine actually seems to be a protocol. Now, I still haven't to this point read further into the details of it, what it is, but apparently urine has some properties which are good for all sorts of things. So I think it's got to be diluted, but you're drinking your own urine. Now, there's a reason why I haven't researched it. There are so many rabbit holes when we're talking cancer that you can disappear into if you want to. And I can just say right now, drinking my own urine is not a rabbit hole I'm going into. But I'm still one of those that are curious enough to might look into it just to know what kind of a hoax is hiding down that hole. And on that note, again, if somebody of you watching these videos has any experience with it and can tell me that I'm just being ignorant when I'm saying I do not want to look in that rabbit hole, well, just let me know. When we're talking this challenge here, then it's a very, very intriguing challenge, and there are many things I thought I would never do that I'm doing now. For instance, a year and a half ago, I had never been in contact with marijuana. I've never ever smoked in my life. I've never done anything of the sort. And I remember how terrified I was by the thought of getting high on THC. So when I initially ordered something, I ordered CBD only. And when I did got around to do my own CBD and all that as THC, I remember the first time I got really scared. What's going to happen when I start taking this? Am I getting out of control and whatnot? So the process does include a lot of rabbit holes, and it does include a requirement of having an open mind. I'm just not sure that my mind is that open, so urine therapy is probably not going to be part of my game. I thought I wanted to update a little bit and ask that question if anybody has that information. We are going to do a PSA test in about a week's time. I have no idea where we are. I know that based on the initiatives that I've done throughout the last month, I should see some improvement. Have I cut out sugar 100%? No. I fell into the pit when I went to Pattaya. I just can't help myself. I am as addicted to a really, really good cheesecake as I suppose many people are to cigarettes or alcohol or drugs for that matter. Now sugar is a drug, so anyway, so I got a few of those. But I have maintained my my 2 times a day CD irrigation, and I have maintained my DMSO almost every day, and I have maintained my 2,100 milligram CBD daily. The only day I didn't do that was Saturday where I was running, but that was scheduled as being a day off kind of thing. So I'll have 2 days a month where I kind of give my body a little bit of a rest. Anyway, just a small update. Until next time, stay happy and healthy.